I was like 5 when I started feeling wrong. Thought I was great at hiding it.
They did it again, huh? Okay. I have no problem with this being within the show. I watch Doom Patrol, so non-binary and trans issues have always been abound within these things. Gay, LGBT. The show was gay as hell, to be honest with you, just to summarize it. And I fucking loved every second of it. I've watched the Kimmy Schmidt show. I have no problem with LGBT storylines. Dude, there are tons of them. Brooklyn Nine-Nine did theirs to perfection. Feminist storylines, I have no problem with. But this is not Malcolm in the Middle. This is awful. This soapbox scene, the performative nature of it in front of the family, with everyone just smiling with pride, it's just so fucking fake and gay. And I'm sorry, dude. If you watch Malcolm in the Middle, do you want to know how this should have really been handled? This guy knew what the fuck he was doing making this, doing this revival. Dinner table. She goes, "Hey, I think I'm. I don't think I don't really feel right, guys. I think I'm one day some like one person and another day I'm someone else." And then Reese going, "Dude, that's fucking cool." There you go. Because Reese would be the fucking moron to not understand that, but think of it like an actual like thing of like cool, like being like a different person every day because he's retarded. That's the joke, right? Um, right there is literally what I'm talking about. Like this, it's so inorganic and performative. So let me take you through an example of how Malcolm Middle has tackled subjects such as even feminism and girls versus boys in a more organic nature, if you will. So, by the way, I've seen this happen in real life. Yes, people, you can walk in and watch a girl whoop a guy's ass in wrestling. It happens. I've seen it. It was we were at this function or whatever, like the rec center or some shit. Not the rec center, but well, I guess we will call it the rec center. And this girl Andrea beat up this like whooped this dude. And this dude's a dick, and I don't like him, so I laugh because personally he deserved it. But I'm not gonna dox the kid's name or nothing. His name is Nick something. I'm not gonna dox nobody's last name. Don't put nobody. No. I don't do shit like that, right? But she was a gymnast, and he thought he was gonna beat her, and she just like flipped him over and pinned him, and that was it. Boom. And I was at the lunch table, and I watched it for a bit, but she's like, I told him I could beat him. Now, right there, I should have been like, "Can I take you out?" And that should have been my wife. That's what I should have made a life plan right there. Made that my wife. I'd like to completely and absolutely call my younger self a retard. You knew what you needed to do in that moment. You need to make that your wife and work towards making a. That was junior high, by the way. In junior high, I knew like that should have been my wife right there. Because that's the baddest shit I ever heard a woman say. I told him I was going to beat his ass. That girl, even in that, I think that period, that lunch period, I think they're doing some pep rap thing. She just did the splits right in front of everyone. The fuck was I thinking, bro? God damn it, man. Anyways, fumbled territory. I fumbled. Anyways, you can all call me a fucking a dumbass for that. Anyways, regardless, uh, there's an episode where Reese lost his nerve and he couldn't actually like bully anymore. It destroyed the school hierarchy of like the social hierarchy and all this shit. You guys know which episode I'm talking about if you watch this damn show. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, at the beginning of the episode, Reese is on the wrestling team. By the way, there's some actual legitimate great commentary that I think about it that I have for like why this all happened too. So what happened was Reese was on the wrestling team and Reese had no training, I think, primarily. I don't think they explained this in the show, but I think now that I think about it, it's a great segue explanation to why all this went the way it did. Reese, being a bully, didn't think he needed any real bit of wrestling training, which is bullshit, by the way. I will tell you this right now. You could be a bodybuilder. And I've seen this video where this Olympic gold medalist wrestler, this woman, but I say female, I should say woman, actually female. You know what? Fuck y'all who get offended by that. Y'all bitches. I can't stand that shit. I can't. You're pretentious as fuck. You get mad if I say the word female. You know what? Stop it. If it's demeaning to you, you're a coward. Grow up. Yes, you can call me a male. Ooh, male. Ooh. Fucking A, nigga. She like this she beat this like actual like big bodybuilder. He was 10 times her size basically, but she flipped because she had technique and knew what she was doing. Now if that guy gets any training, well, it might be a different story. But that's my whole point here. Reese had no training because he's a bully and thinks that because he bullies people that he's a badass. No, Reese, in wrestling, you're not. So what happened was he faced this blonde girl, and because it was a girl, Reese, being a dumbass, thought, girl. And he smugly like shook her hand, and she just whoops his ass. I mean, after that, he should have been like, mommy. Like, I would have been like, mommy? Like the fucking like halfway through. I'm like, oh God. Of course, I probably would have like took her on a date after that because that's awesome. But that's me though. For Reese, that was humiliating, horrible. It broke him, his psyche. You know what what they did though? They just had it happen. They didn't have a soapbox for this girl to get up on the goddamn fucking stand and explain why girls can be boys for 20 minutes. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. It's organic. It just happened. Boom. You know? And the best part about it wasn't like explained in a way of like, it didn't dwell on it with like how having to talk with Reese about, it's okay to lose to a girl. They didn't do shit like that. It happened. Reese had to suffer through it. He got over it and started being a dick again by the end of the episode for the social hierarchy. That is all that needed to happen. This show did not do that at all in this situation. You basically lectured us and had to fucking make a big deal upon this thing that really isn't a big deal. And then we have to fucking take the lecturing on this in this inorganic format. Meanwhile, realistically, bro, I've gone to work and we've had a conversation about some kid that was non-binary and that was it. Granted, it was fucking stupid, but it's like, whatever. He feels like a girl one. It's like, who cares? The kid didn't go up and like, I know that in the kid that was working there, he didn't say nothing to nobody. He, she, what the fuck ever. Didn't say nothing to nobody. They did their job, worked, went home. They didn't get on a soapbox and say, hey guys, so I'm this. No, they didn't. You see why I'm screaming though about this? Because it's so fucking Hollywood pretentious. These writers don't know shit about real life organic shit. Guys, literally that story about what I talk about Andrea whooping Nick in wrestling. Guys, nothing happened after that. None of us fucking went back to Nick and said, haha, you got your ass whooped. No, it happened. It's it. We were more like excited at the fact that Nick got humble because he's a dick, not because a girl did it. That's what the problem is. You motherfuckers don't know how real life is conducted in high school at all. And it's fucking ridiculous. I'm so sick of it. And I blame social media for this shit. None of us cared. By the way, I was in high school, it's junior high, my bad. Junior high. None of us gave a fuck. Ugh, disgusting. Disgusting. I'm so tired of this shit. It's so lame. It's so fucking lame. And we as actual viewers have to sit here and deal with this inorganic bullshit. Dude, Malcolm in the Middle has been doing this shit for so long to where it's like, I was never fazed by the idea of feminism on that show. It wasn't just that. Didn't there was that episode where Francis faced that woman and like he had this dude, that shit was a hardcore fight. And he went bam, bam. I think he knocked her ass out at the end of it. Or they actually knocked each other both the fuck out. It was actually a savage fight. None of us cared then. What are we doing here? This is Malcolm in the Middle. This shit's an organic thing. It happens no one cares, man. They didn't have the girl when she dominated Risa wrestling go, you guys should shame yourselves assuming that because that's a boy, he could beat me in wrestling. It's sexist and chauvinistic. Oh my God. Could you imagine if that happened? Cancel the show. No one's gonna watch that shit. It's gay. It's lame. It's out of the way. No, you proved your point by just doing it. It's organic. That's the word organic needs to happen in this shit. This is just so fake and just like performative. And so you know what, man? Shame on the writers for this. It's just terrible writing, and it doesn't feel like Malcolm in the Middle. So there you go. That's my thought on that. I'm disappointed that this is what Malcolm in the Middle's like what they're doing to Malcolm in the Middle. It shows that you people don't actually care about the show at all. You don't actually give a fuck about the show. You don't actually care about the format of the show. You don't care about the spirit of the show because this is just against everything that it stands for.